Black swan events coming. Well, that's what some of the leaders say. Is America fixed to be overruled by Muslims, by another people? Wait till you hear what two of their leaders say in America. They're in America right now. We'll also talk about Walgreens and how they told someone they cannot fill their prescription because they believe that prescription was not good for them. Even though their doctor prescribed it, even though they're just supposed to do their one job, they had an ulterior motive. You won't believe why I tell you all the time to buy the I word. It's still being held up even when it was prescribed. You won't believe this story coming out of Walgreens. Also, wait till you see who the U.S. Air Force just put over our Golden Dome. Again, we talk about this being overrun. Wait till you see. It's unbelievable. Tucker Carlson has lost his mind. I'm sorry if you like him. This last few statements about how he embraces exactly, I mean, you might as well put a Palestinian flag behind him and put a little head thing on him because it's going to blow your mind what he just said. And it's got the internet going crazy. And then lastly, we're going to talk about ages. Ages. Does age matter? Well, let's go through a list of our geriatric nursing home patients that we call senators, and you be the judge. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I think there should be an age limit to our government because, to be honest with you, I don't think we can function with 80 and 90-year-olds being over our policies. Let's dive into these stories today and a few more. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Thank you. We humbly thank you for being here. There's a lot to talk about today, so we're going to jump right into it. But before we do, remember we have a vlog channel, Life with Kobe Mack. Go check it out. We have a video going out just about every 2 or 3 days. So go check it out. A new one will be coming out today as well. Now let's jump into the stories today. First, let's talk about Tucker Carlson. Look, I've been telling you a long time that this hatred towards the Jewish people is real, and I believe that it's affecting the right side of the aisle. Left is already far gone, but the right side is having infighting because what we're doing is seeing the Candace Owens, the Tucker Carlsons, the Hodge twins, the Ian Carrolls, the Dave Smiths, the libertarian style conservative, what we would consider the woke right, even down to Thomas Massey. Some of these people they have so much hatred towards the conservative agenda to support Israel. It's absolutely scary. Listen to what Tucker Carlson said. And again, he's been saying this kind of stuff for a while, and I've brought attention to it a few weeks ago, but this was probably a little too much. I'm not even sure that this is from Tucker Carlson now. It's supposed to be a conservative juggernaut, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, just like Candace Owens, all these people that supposedly supported the president. It's all lies. Listen to this. I'm not even sure Hamas is actually even a radical jihadi organization anymore. I believe they're probably just a political organization. Now, Tucker Carlson said that about the group that absolutely calls for deaths of Americans and Jews. This man has lost his way. I'm sorry. He has lost his way. You may not agree with everything that anyone does. Like I told you, I support Israel. Now, I'm not the biggest Netanyahu fan. I'll be honest with you. I think that war is terrible. But you get to a point where these people absolutely have a hatred towards the Jewish population. I love what was said. This was so profound. And I want you to just pay attention to this. Somehow God's always provided for Israel. And this is just a side note, but think about it. The older civilizations in the world right now, they say, is the Chinese, the Indians, people of India, and then the Jewish people. They're saying those organizations, those groups of people are some of the oldest on record. 5,000 years old, so forth. If you look at the populations, it should show who's actually being persecuted the most. China has grown to what, like a few billion people? India, a few billion people. The Jews, a few million people. Hundreds of millions lower than the two people that has the same age. It shows the hatred is getting more real and more real. It's almost very biblical. I mean, it literally is getting biblical. I've been reading a lot lately and about end times, and it's just unbelievable how we see it played out. And this is from the conservative side of the aisle, Tucker Carlson. Now, this leads me to this video. I want you to watch this video. This video is from America now.
We are the messengers of the messenger. We are the representative of this deen of Islam. We have to be the solution. The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a part of that change. We have to be a part of that da'wah. We have to be a part of those ghuraba who stand firm on our aqeedah and our practice and our deen and never ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never ever compromise. We're uncompromising.
He basically said Islam will enter every house and there's nothing that can be done about it. He's talking about America. Now these are the same people that Tucker Carlson said he backed. That it's just a political wing. Now if Tucker Carlson really was a conservative and a Christian, wouldn't you think that he would speak against that? No, but it doesn't help him to speak against that. But you listen to someone else that was speaking at a Michigan event. At the People's Conference for Palestine in Michigan, a speaker openly called for murdering all Jews. Whether they were from Israel, listen to this, Tel Aviv, or even Washington, in Germany, in Europe, they need to be taken out, they need to be neutralized. It's amazing how many people and how the woke right is embracing this side of the battles versus the Jews in Israel. These people are calling for openly massacres and murder and the killing of America in its way. And you still have people like Tucker Carlson, Dave Smith, Ian Carroll, Hodge Twins, Candace Owens calling support for these people. Help me understand that. Now, I'll get a million comments saying how bad the Jews are. You see how you've been so propagandized from these kind of people? This guy literally called for openly destroying anyone in America that stands in his way. The other one literally stands for open case of mass casualty. That's crazy to me that we're even bringing this up. Now that brings me to the story of what WEF just came out and said. This is Klaus Schwab, former WEF leader. He came out and said, remember, we're predicting black swan events, unexpected events with extreme paradigm shifting consequences on the horizon. There will be certainly so many surprises, so many unpleasant surprises, which will come our way, and we have to be prepared. Now, what he's saying is basically they probably already know what those black swan events are. But don't you think this could be one of them? Where we're literally allowing for people on our soil to cause for death to us and our ally? I mean, look, I'm going to tell you that this is just mind-blowing to me. Why can't we find Americans? I don't understand. The U.S. Air Force has placed Shariful M. Khan in charge of the Golden Dome of America. The person that's supposed to protect, and we're supposed to build the Golden Dome that is representation of what we have, what Israel has. Our next generational missile defense shield is being designed and built under the supervision of a Bangladeshi Muslim. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. In their faith, in Islam's faith, they do not stand with the other side. Meaning, if you're against Islam or you're not an Islamist or a Muslim, you will falter and you will fail under them. That is what they call for. That's what their leader calls for. That's what they call for. So if we're now tasking this guy to build a missile defense system for America, who's a Muslim who knows that the only people that's probably going to be bombing us and wanting death to America is the Islamic faith, help me understand why this is a smart move. We're literally becoming the British Empire. They're already seeing this. I want you to look at this. It's unbelievable. This was shared. I want you to look at their leadership. This is the Department of UK Home Secretary, meaning the person that kind of watches over what goes on for the United Kingdom. This is also the head of the educational system. This is the mayor of Brighton and the mayor of London, which is the capital. Look. That's the leaders that is teaching your children, is over the two biggest cities in the UK, and also the leader of the interior, meaning what goes on in the country. You don't believe they're plan to take over, and they're allowing for people like Tucker Carlson to absolutely help them. Tucker Carlson might as well grow his beard out, put a little thing on his head, and that way he will represent exactly what he stands for. Pay attention, because what he'll do is say, I'm supporting the president. I'm supporting the president. But this. And ultimately is a complete and utter dismantling of the conservative movement. You watch, you see how much he's going to keep on turning. It's dangerous. Now back to the Black Swan events. You know how Klaus was saying that, and to me, what big government needs and control elements needs is that Black Swan event. They need something to transpire so that it then allows them to have power. I want you to listen to what this billionaire said. I thought it was just absolutely huge, because it kind of goes into the fact of control and power. A French billionaire named Philippe Agrier says he has 4 databases that expose that 38 individuals actually ran the Biden administration. It was basically, quote unquote, a shadow government. He said, sadly, the guy sitting next to Melania and Bill in the meeting, Bill Gates, was one of the 38 individuals. Now, this is not coming from some random guy on the internet. This is coming from a billionaire, a French billionaire who, again, probably is a liberal, because if you live in France, you're a billionaire. I doubt you got there because you're conservative. So he is literally calling it out, saying, truthfully, what America has and what my algorithms and what my databases have shown is there was only 38 people running that it was not Biden, and one of them was Bill Gates, and now he's tying himself closely to Trump. Did you notice Trump yesterday coming out and stating that he was kind of against Florida's raise of mandate? Now, this is the man who's from Florida, who moved to Florida away from New York to get away from the same thing. This is also the man that gave kudos to Florida for having freedom. And now he is meeting with Bill Gates, and then all of a sudden, the mandate that tells people they can make a choice, he comes out against it. This is where you got to be very careful of control. Control is so easily manipulated when it comes with dollar bills and when it comes with influence. Now, why is Bill Gates at the White House again? It's amazing how he always speaks on medical things, and he's not a medical doctor. Well, isn't the medical doctors telling us we're stupid because we're wanting to take certain things that we've learned about, but they'll let Bill Gates be able to set policy? That makes sense? No, it doesn't, does it? Black Swan events, French billionaire says this guy's trying to now lead over the Trump administration because he was one of the 38 members of the Biden administration that pretty much ran the country. Now, what did I just say? How does he have power and then doctors don't? How does he have power and you tell us that we can't make decisions for ourselves? I want you to listen to this. This is shared by Dr. Bolden. Dr. Bolden was one of those, Mary Bolden, she was one of those ones who was extremely pushed back against during 2020. I want you to listen to what she shared. She said, Walgreens pharmacists flat out refused to fill a prescription today of the Ivor word. They were offering Paxlovid instead. So basically they were trying to tell you, you don't need this, you need this, even though their doctor told them to give them the I word that I tell you all the time to stockpile, because I'm telling you it's a miracle thing, and if you don't utilize it, what we're going to see is it could be taken off the shelf like it's being more. Listen to this. This is from Dr. Bowden. She says, Paxlovid is contraindicated with the patient's blood pressure medicine. It does not work. It would not concern the pharmacist to even say this. Listen to what they said. They said, we can't fill your, this is from the Walgreens pharmacist, we cannot fill your prescription of the I word. And she said, why? She said, because that is not a treatment of the CV-19. Now, this is the pharmacist saying this, not the doctor. The doctor who was implicated and completely canceled back in 2020 is now saying, look, this person's got it. We're going to give them the I word. Walgreens says, it's against our policy to be able to prescribe this. We could give you Paxlovid, but we are not giving you ivermectin. Now, this is why I tell you all the time to stockpile it. You can buy it right now from Jace Medical or the Wellness Company. I don't care who you buy it from. Buy it now, because this is the kind of stuff that you're going to get into. Control. Bill Gates don't want you to have it either. Klaus Schwab does not want you to have it either. All of a sudden now Trump is saying, well, we need to look at these mandates again. The point of what I'm saying is control. Look at the Muslim faith trying to control you. Look at the fake doctor Bill Gates trying to control you. Look at the world global espionage trying to control you. Now look at the fact that we can't even control the right from controlling you. I mean, Tucker Carlson and them are trying to tell you that what you've believed all your life is completely wrong and you should now pretty much embrace Hamas. It is absolutely lunacy. You know why we have weak Republicans that does not stand against it? Let's talk about our geriatrics here. Let's talk about our Congress. And this is why I go back to saying people like James Comer, Jim Jordan, Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, all these guys, they love Chip Roy, MTG, they love to grandstand. They love to hear their self-talk. They love to tell you they're going to expose all this stuff and never get done. So they're not helping you. Well, then let's talk about the ones that's been there forever, the establishment. You're like, well, maybe they're there for the people. They've never done anything for you. When you think about the oldest senators, and congressmen, what are they actually doing? I mean, have you ever noticed your mother or grandfather? You know, they age. We know this. I'm aging. Everybody's aging. And we tend to not be as sharp as we once were. Well, why do you think it's the smartest thing in the world to put the oldest people and the people that can be bought out on the same team, and they're going to be ones over our government? So now we got all these Republicans like Jim Jordan, James Comer, who sound like they're going to do the right thing, and then they really don't. They ultimately just kind of bomb, weak. And then you have the older ones who were like, okay, well, they'll do good. They've been there for a long time. They'll understand. And they bomb. Listen to these ages and tell me if you think these people should be running your country. Congress is such a grift. All they want to do is make money. It says Chuck Grassley, 91, Eleanor Norton, 88, Hal Rogers, 87, Maxine Waters, 87, Steny Hoyer, 86, Nancy Pelosi, 85, Jim Clyburn, 85, Danny Davis, 84, John Carter, 83, Bernie Sanders, 83, and it keeps going on and on. You wonder why we look so weak, and you wonder why we can't get anything done, and you wonder why we're literally watching our country be overtaken by rich billionaires who think they're doctors, or by Muslim faiths who have a complete and utter drive to destroy America. Is because we have establishment weak Republicans, because we have new Republicans who have now been embraced into the establishment, and they do whatever they want to do, and they tell you they're going to help you and ultimately do nothing. Honestly, what has James Comer and Jim Jordan actually done? Now, don't tell me they're grandstanding and bringing people before Congress. That's what they're doing. But what gets done? How many times have you heard that James Comer's referring this to the DOJ and nothing gets done, does it? So they're not doing anything for you. It's weak sauce. And then you wonder why Chuck Grassley doesn't do anything for you. Lord, he's 91. He can't even type. Have you ever read his Twitter post? It actually has become like a meme joke. It's because his Twitter posts don't even make sense half the time. It's like half wrote words, and these people are too old. I don't care if they have an R&D behind their names. And the other ones that's been in Congress hadn't done nothing for us, like the James Comers, it's time to get rid of these people. Why do we keep them? Why do we keep these people if the ones we appoint are not doing anything? Let's get rid of them. And then the old guys who just want to be rich, let's get rid of them. That's the only way that we're going to change some of these policies. Let's go back to what that cleric said from America. It's unbelievable. We will take over America. It will come true, and we will declare that Islam will enter every house, and there's nothing you can do about it. But Tucker's telling you, hey, they're good people. There are people. They're good people. They're just a political organization. They're good people. Where are we going, guys? Black Swan events, woke right commentators, complete bought off establishment, and a geriatric nursing home. That's who's running our country, guys. That's why I tell you to buy the I word that Dr. Bowen was talking about. That's why I tell you to stockpile and prepare, because it's going to come down to, are you ready for the Black Swan events? Not is it coming, it's are you ready for it? Because when the leaders, the multi-billionaires, all these people tell you that it's coming, you honestly believe they don't know what they're talking about. They're telling you what's going to happen. So that way you can rely on them for all your needs. Be independent. Focus. And these stories are coming real. quit watching Tucker Carlson, because if he keeps saying that kind of stuff, he's going to end up propagandizing a lot more Republicans, and that's a scary thought. Let me know your thoughts for today. God bless.